Hey everybody, welcome to my first makeup tutorial. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you guys, you have no idea. I'm going to show you how I created that pretty pink look that you just saw with the faux freckles, and I'm starting off by priming my skin with a moisturiser, and I'm going to use Aveeno Skin Relief for dry and irritated skin. My next step is to do my brows. I like to do my brows as the first part of my makeup because I feel like any brow product sticks to my skin better than it does to a foundation. So I'm using a L'Oreal brow gel and I'm just picking it up on an angled brush and kind of just shading, filling in and just making them look really nice and full and fluffy. Goodbye. Next up, I'm going to comb the brows through with a spoolie. This is just the one off the underside of the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer, and I just like to fluff up the front bits to make them look really smooth and then comb the excess product through the length of my brows. Now I'm carving out the underside of the brow with LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Porcelain. This is a fantastic and really affordable concealer. I'm going to use this concealer as the only one I do in the whole makeup look today. I like to push the concealer into my skin with my finger rather than with a brush. I feel like it gives me a nicer finish. And I also take some concealer and dab them over my monster spots, just so my foundation has a bit of an easier job. I'm using that same concealer to prime my eyelids, and then I'm setting that with some Stay Matte powder just so it creates a lovely smooth blank canvas ready for eyeshadow. So for the eyes today, I'm using this creamy pink eye base. I'm not sure who it's by, it's been in my makeup bag for about 6,000 years, but I'm just putting that all over my lids so that when I put my shadow on, the pigment payoff is much nicer. I have a lot of lid space, so I'm using my pink shadow all the way from my lash line up to my brow, but creating a soft gradient so that it's heavier on the lid and really soft up towards the brow bone. Here I'm taking some Urban Decay Bordello eyeshadow. I'm putting that in like the first half of my eyes, so the inner half, and then I'm taking Urban Decay Flash and putting that on the outer half. I'm then covering that all up with the same pink shadow because I don't really want either of those tones to show through. I just want to create some depth into the eye. Once I'm satisfied that I've done enough blending to give me a repetitive strain injury in my wrist, I then take that same concealer and just highlight under the brow and then blend that in with my finger. This is just to help with that smooth gradient look that I want going on. Next is for eyeliner. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do winged liner. I do it, I think, every day, and I'm still actually quite crap at it 10 years on, but that's beside the point. I'm using Rimmel Exaggerate and I'm just going to wing it out. On the first eye I always start with the wing, and then on the second eye I start on the inner corner. It just helps me make them look more even, I think, but you do you. Next up is mascara. I'm just going to put them on my top lashes for now until I've done my foundation. I'll come back to the bottom lashes after the base makeup's done. Onto foundation. I'm using L'Oreal True Match in the shade 2N on a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I kind of just push the foundation into my skin using little circular motions. So time for some TMI. I've got a skin condition called psoriasis. You may or may not have heard of it. So I'm very careful when I apply my foundation to my head. You're probably wondering why I'm red AF up there. So just thought I'd get that out of the way. But onto concealer. I'm using the very same concealer I've been using the whole way through now. And I'm just using it to conceal dark circles and to brighten under my eyes. I'll also brighten my nose, brighten my chin and brighten my forehead. Anywhere where the light would naturally hit me. I recommend using a slightly damp beauty sponge to push concealer into your skin. It picks up the excess and stops it going cakey and settling in your fine lines, if you didn't know that. It's just basically a really good tip to make your face look a lot more flawless. Next up I'm going to contour, and I'm just using the LA Girl Pro Conceal again, but this time in the shade Toast, and then I'm going to blend that in really well with a slightly damp flat top brush. I'm going to use it damp so that it helps it blend a bit better. And my camera also died at this point, but I also brought up some of the excess onto my temples and around my forehead just to give the outer parts of my face a sort of warm, sun-kissed glow. Okay guys, so for some reason this contour looks muddy AF on camera. I promise it didn't look that horrendous in real life. But anyway, I've just set that with that Rimmel powder that I was using earlier, and then I'm setting my under eyes with a translucent powder. I'm using this because it really will brighten my under eyes, and I'm also going to pat that translucent powder all over the areas that basically haven't been contoured. I'm applying a fuchsia pink No. 7 blush to the apples of my cheek. Not sure of the shade name there, sorry guys, but kind of just trying to match it with my eye look. For highlight today, I'm going to add a little bit of glow with two shades out of the Revolution Golden Sugar palette. I've just dipped into the white shade and a baby pink shade, and I'm going to put that on the high points of my cheeks, my nose, my cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead and chin. I like to use the same damp sponge I've used on my face already to pat over my highlighted areas. This helps the highlight sort of melt into the skin a little better. And then I'm taking the same pink shadow from my eyelids and putting that on my lower lash line, and putting a little bit of the same highlight I used on my cheeks and nose and head to put in the inner corners of my eyes to help the eye look really pop. Moving on to my lips, I'm using a lip liner in a lovely red colour to outline my lips. My lips are very wonky, so this takes me about 10 years, but I've sped up through it. And then I'm going to go over top of that with a really pretty matte liquid lipstick by Sleek Makeup and sort of melt the two colours into each other as best I can. I'm finishing off the lips by patting in some of the pink eyeshadow over the top of the lipstick to add a little bit of a sheen, and also just to tie the lip and eye look together really nicely. My final step is to add my faux freckles, and I'm using a wet liner brush in some cool toned brown shadow and kind of patting those all over where you'd have freckles and then melting them in with some powder. And once I've done that and then highlighted my brow bone a little, the look is finished. So there it is, guys, it really is that simple. I really hope you enjoyed my first video. If you did, please subscribe to me, I would really appreciate it, and if you could leave me a little comment and maybe leave a like and maybe even share it with your friends, I would absolutely love that. I've been wanting to get into YouTube for a good 2 years now, and I'm really proud of myself for doing this, and I really hope you enjoyed this look. So I'll see you guys later, bye!